Yo, what is going on, good people of the internet? Today is Tuesday, and we are here with Chicago PEV for a group ride unlike any you have ever seen before. This is the Chicago PEV annual formal ride. As you can see, we got our fellow riders dressed to the T and ready to attend our annual board meeting. Get it? Board meeting. It made a lot more sense when the group was filled of e-skates, but now times have changed. We're no longer on one wheels and e-skates. We are on electric unicycles, electric motobikes, Surons, Telarios, E-Ride Pros. We got an Altus right here. And we are ready for our board meeting. You heard the man. Chill Crew is leaving. I'm dressed to a T. I got my finest dress shirt on. I got my Versace suit. I got my flashiest watch. And it definitely is a Chill Crew type of day because I am not wearing gear. I got my motorcycle boots. I've got my E-Rides Max P3 Ronin gloves. And I got my helmet. That is all I need for today's board meeting. So yeah, guys, I get a lot of comments that's asking me about what the Chill Crew is like here in Chicago PEV. I basically always ride on the speed crew because I'm trying to go fast. I'm trying to carve like crazy. I'm trying to, ride on the highway, go super fast, run through red lights. But not everybody agrees with that, right? We also have a Chill Crew. We also have a beginner crew. And I'm going to be showing you guys what the beginner or the Chill Crew is like today on this episode. So it's going to be a good one. I guarantee you've never seen a group ride exactly like this. We got suits, we got ties, we got vests, we got sport coats, and most importantly, we got PEVs. That is what it's all about here today. And I'm really thankful that you guys decided to tune in and join us for this beautiful Tuesday night group ride, Chill Crew, with our formal ride. Look at how good these guys look today. My man Drew flying by with the jacket open, wind or tie flowing in the wind. I might have to do that. Let me go ahead and do that. That's a good look. So I'm gonna unbutton my jacket, my suit jacket, and bam, let free, riding in the wind. Feeling alive here today on the group ride. Got my finest tie on. Is it staying in place? No, it is not. That's okay. Where even is my tie? Oh, it's right here. But yeah, we're looking dapper today. We're dressed to impress. And this is going to be a nice, fun, chill cruise throughout the city. We just left Black Sheep, which is a sports bar on the north side, and we have officially designated Black Sheep as our HQ, headquarters. And the owner of Black Sheep is super nice. He's actually an electrician. And when he saw us coming every single week with our wheels and our 30, 40 people on every ride and, patronizing his business, he told me that he wanted to put in 220 volt EV outlets and EV adapters for our group specifically. And how cool is that, right? A business that we patronize on the regular decides to support us back by installing EV chargers for us. That's something you don't see every day, right? I know a lot of places in other cities I've ridden wheels at. You pop an outlet, you pop the breaker, and you're not welcome back. You might have turned off the lights in the kitchen or something. Just from one person charging, because we got these crazy 210 volt and 168 volt wheels nowadays. So to find a level of service where a business owner is willing to, install EV adapters just for us because we patronize his business, that's rare. And we got to reward that by patronizing his business even more. So Black Sheep is our new HQ. It is on Peterson Avenue on the north side of Chicago. And you're gonna be seeing a lot more rides beginning and leaving from Black Sheep because of the quality service that they have provided to us. So my tie is going absolutely crazy. I made the mistake of not wearing a tie clip today. I actually have a number of different tie clips, and I used to collect ties back when people were actually working in an office. I used to dress up a lot more, but I work virtual now, right? Nobody's wearing a tie. Nobody's got time for a suit and tie, so I don't do it. But yeah, I made the mistake of not wearing a tie clip today, but that's all right. I'm feeling alive. Limited gear, boots, wrist guards, helmet. That's all I need. Feeling alive. Wind is flowing. But yeah, we're feeling alive. Limited gear today. Tie flowing in the wind, jacket flowing in the wind. No knee guards. I had to wear the motorcycle boots because when you wear regular boots with the way I've put up my Grizzly sink pads, they don't fit that great, and I like to be locked in. That's what I like the most, and that's how I ride, so that's how I rode today. Taking a ride onto Clark Street, and this is going to be a great ride. I'm feeling good, I look good, I'm dressing good, and that's what makes me feel good, right? Nothing can touch me when I'm on a PEV and I'm dressed for success. That is the secret of the workday, dress for success. But my workday involves making YouTube videos for you beautiful people at home. So it's exactly what I'm doing. So you may have noticed I don't have my backpack with me today, and that's because I actually left it at Black Sheep because we're going to be returning there. And I really like the look of me riding my EUC with no backpack, just a little bit of gear, helmet, and my beautiful suit. Hey, no backpack, no charger. I need to take a chill. We're going on the chill crew. It's been really enjoyable. And while I got you guys here, I just want to talk about why I think Chicago PEV is one of the best groups in the nation when it comes to leading, organizing, and building community around PEVs. Okay, so not only do we have incredibly skilled riders, some of the fastest riders I've ever met in my life on, various versions of PEVs, EUCs, e-bikes, e-scooters, electric skateboards. I mean, we literally have one of the fastest electric skateboard riders in the entire world in Morgan Brady, who religiously sets up intro to speed events for us. And being surrounded by all that greatness, like literally and figuratively, makes you a better rider. And he's always happy to share tips when it comes to improving your time around the track or getting better at intro to speed. But beyond that, right, our group ride leaders are so nice, so kind, so highly skilled, great members of the community, and they make such a difference, right? I've said it before, but we have actual sponsors that sponsor our group rides. Like, these guys are getting paid to lead rides each and every week because it's not an easy thing to do. And that's something that I noticed it's a lot different from other communities that I've ridden PEVs in. It seems like in other communities, right, a group ride leader is kind of informally designated. They are the ones who are willing to plan a route. They're the ones who are willing to lead the ride. And I've never seen an instance where they're actually incentivized financially and compensated for the time they spend on group rides and keeping us organized. But that's exactly what we have in Chicago, and I'm so thankful for it. We have great group ride sponsors, like Shy Battery Systems was a former sponsor. We currently have Electric Movement, which is a PEV repair shop here in Chicago. We have a bank that sponsors our group rides. We also have a what do you call it, like an internet service provider that sponsors our group rides. And these people literally pay our group ride leaders to host rides every week. And that makes such a big difference because we are so organized, so consistent, so, you know, passionate about bringing this community together that we're able to reward those group ride leaders. And because of that, we have one of the most consistent, positive, reliable communities in any of the cities I've ever ridden in, right? If a Tuesday night ride gets rained out, we know damn well that that same ride is going to be run on Thursday or Friday. We have so many different types of special group rides. We have Saturday Syndicts. It's where we all wake up early, 8 a.m. on a Saturday, and do exactly as the name sounds. We send it all over the town. We've got our weekly Tuesday night rides. We've got our special edition rides, which is what we're on today. This is one of the special edition rides that we do. It's the annual formal event ride. And it's so fun. It brings the community together. Another special edition group ride we do is the bonfire rides every few months, where again, the sponsors pay for firewood. They pay for pizza. They pay for drinks. And they make the experience so enjoyable for those who decide to come on the group rides. And that's something I'm like so grateful for. So in addition to our weekly scheduled Tuesday night rides, we also have so many of these special edition group rides that just build a real sense of community that's different from other cities that I've been a part of, right? And I don't want to talk shit on any other community, but when I look at places like New York and you have very fragmented groups where there's always drama and people literally fighting at demos, fighting at intro to speed, I just kind of look down on that because they don't have that same sense of community that we feel here in our city, right? I've been in DC, again, great group of people all around, but there's a number of different groups that lead rides. There's not one centralized force like we have here at Chicago PEV. I look at California. Seems like largely in California, the groups are segmented by cities because California is a pretty large place. And I've never ridden there, so I don't have too much insight into, you know, the group dynamics, but you guys do have good leadership. You got people like Marty, Roger, Dawn, and all those other longtime EUC riders who regularly schedule group rides, but no other community that I have been a part of or seen online stacks up when it comes to Chicago, right? Every single week, no matter what, there's a ride. Every weekend, there's something to do. We always share our location, even if it's not an official ride. We're always friendly, right? I've never seen any drama in any of our communities, in any of our various PEV communities here in Chicago. I've never seen really anything negative. Everyone is really accepting, open to new members, and having the sponsorship of our sponsors makes a difference because in other communities, right, they make explicit rules for who can't go on a ride. If you don't have a battery as big as 3,600 watt hours, you can't go on the ride. If you don't have a fast charger, can't go on the ride. If you're not able to charge your wheel at 25 amps, can't go on the ride, which is dumb, right? Here in Chicago, because of our sponsor structure, we have a chill crew, which I'm on today. We have the speed crew, which you see regularly on my channel, and we have a beginner crew. When our group rides are big enough and we have enough new members, we run the beginner crew. That one goes a lot slower, is a lot shorter a pace, and we have an opportunity to learn from each other and teach other group riders and new members of our community. We run intro to speed regularly. I will say not as regularly as Southern California does, but they have, you know, one of the most prominent racing scenes when it comes to PEVs, and they also have beautiful weather year long. We don't have that luxury, but we still make it a point to, you know, run intro to speed as much as we possibly can. I2S has gotten kicked out of a number of different venues here recently. So it's not always as achievable when we're in between venues and we need to look for a new parking lot. But yeah, just comparing and contrasting other cities' PEV communities. Again, not talking shit on any specific community, just highlighting the benefits of the community that I am lucky enough to live in. So with that being said, right, if you're someone who watches my videos who may be in the Chicagoland area and has not yet been on a first group ride, I don't want you to be turned off from the things that you see in my other videos where I'm riding super fast, because as you can see, we can keep the pace chill. We can go 25 and under, 30 and under, and have a great time. Enjoy each other, enjoy the community that we're building. And that's a huge positive for me. So enough on that topic. Shout out Chicago PEV. Everybody on this group ride, shout out to our group ride leaders. I don't know if you watch my videos, but you know who you are. I'm thankful for you. I've said it before, but I'm willing to start up a Patreon or a tip jar or some sort of, you know, additional compensation for you guys, because, you know, I get content from every group ride that I go on. I'm really not doing anything special in my videos. I'm going on group rides that I was already going to go on regardless. I just pick up a camera and choose to record and talk about whatever's on my mind that's related to EUCs. And that's what makes the PEV point of view so special. So shout out this great group of guys. Let's do a flyby of this verbal event. Formal event looking good. Everybody looking clean. Got the blitz right there with the shark pads, looking clean. Dressed to the T, looking spiffy. Man, oh man, this is a beautiful night and we are dressed for success. All right, I have no gear on, but let's hit a full send real quick. Jacket, suit tie flying in the wind. Probably didn't go past like 35, but that just feels good, feels fun. Let's get the group riding by. Looking clean. Looking official. And here we go. Man, my tie is all over the place. I gotta say, I'm not on top of it. I really should have got a tie clip because it is going crazy. All right, guys, so we are out here passing Wrigley Field. You've seen it in my videos once, you'll see it again. On the north side of the Chicago, we have the historic Wrigley Field, home of the Chicago Cubs. Today is the All-Star game in the MLB, and I don't remember which Chicago Cubs members are present. If I had to guess, I'd say Pete Crow Armstrong, maybe Justin Tucker. Who knows? I don't know who else, but we got a really good team this year. Got a really good lineup and a really good schedule for the rest of the year. So I'm hoping that the Cubs do well in the postseason. Yeah, so it's exciting to ride around here. This is like the college town bar kind of area. You got loads of bars and restaurants on either side. And at nighttime, this area is absolutely popping off on the weekends. So many people out here drinking, out here going to baseball games. And it's a really cool part of the town. And just like the Chicago groundings, anytime you have a group of people on these very peculiar vehicles to a normal person, it draws a lot of attention. But when you're dressed full suit and tie, ripping through the city, it gets a lot of attention. And I felt so many eyes watching me when I made my way to the group ride, and I feel that same way right now when I'm here with the larger group, fully dressed up. Okay, so it's that point in the video where I start asking you guys random questions to leave down in the comments. So I want to know this: do you guys ride your electric unicycle to your work? I personally work in an office and I dress similar to this on a regular basis, and I would be lying if I said that I had enough courage to ride my electric unicycle to work every day and carry it through my professional office. So yeah, I'd be lying if I said I had enough courage to do that in front of my managing director. I don't want to have that conversation, so I really exclude this part of my life from the workplace. But do you guys do that? Fun story, I was actually interviewing for a job recently, and my interviewer told me, tell me something that I think that I would find interesting about you that's not on your resume. And I thought for like 45 seconds, man, I just froze up. And I was like, do I say something about EUCs? Do I not? Do I tell her about a different hobby? And I was like, nah, fuck it. I think that's pretty cool, right? I ride an electric unicycle. So I told her, I said, you know, I'm really big into micro mobility. I'm passionate about the subject. I believe that life is better when you don't have to waste your time sitting in traffic and you know, sitting in a vehicle like a car or a bus. So I choose to ride an electric unicycle. And I asked her if she had ever seen an electric unicycle around the town, and she's like, oh yeah, I've seen a one wheel. And of course, like, she thinks it's like literally like the brand one wheel. So I had to clarify, right? I can't entertain being mixed up with one wheel riders. I would never. No, I'm just joking. One wheels are cool. But no, anyway, like, that was really the first time I told someone in a professional setting about this huge hobby and passion of mine. I do not have the courage to ride my electric unicycle to work. I really don't talk about the topic unless it's with a very specific group of close colleagues. But like, in terms of bringing my EUC across town to the office and walking by people's cubicles with my wheel, my video just looped, so I'm gonna repeat what I said, but basically I was saying that I don't really address the subject with any of my colleagues except for a very close group of specific colleagues who I feel open enough with to share this huge part of my life and this huge passion I have. So I'm curious to know if you guys bring your electric unicycles to work. I know me personally, I do not have anywhere near enough courage to ride my wheel into the office and wheel it by everyone's cubicle with everybody in the office staring at me just to get to and from work. So that's a boundary or a barrier that I have on EUCs and PEVs that I haven't yet crossed. And who knows, maybe my new job or maybe like a future job where I start fresh, I can kind of be that cool PEV dude, right? That'll be my identity, is the wheel guy. But you know, as of now, I've really avoided that, and it's something I don't bring up with a lot of other employees when it comes to work. So just curious if you guys ride your EUCs to your workplace. What does your boss think about it, right? What do they have to say? Do people look at you funny? Do you feel like there's a stigma around being that wheel guy? Or do you feel fully comfortable embracing that lifestyle? I've embraced this lifestyle in every way outside of work, but during work, I haven't gotten there yet. So still working on that. Who knows? Maybe my next opportunity, I'll be the wheel guy in the office, the wheel cool guy in the office, to be exact. But that ain't me so far. We are riding through Lincoln Park right now. No, it's not the Lincoln Park like the band. I think that's actually in like California, Arizona, or something like that. But Lincoln Park here in Chicago is a very historic area and one of the most expensive areas in the city. We have a beautiful zoo that I'm about to ride by in a moment. We have great schools, a very historic conservatory with wild plants from all over the world, and just a really good, safe neighborhood here in Chicago. And we picked a pretty hot day to do this.
Like, comment, subscribe.
You heard the man. Like, comment, subscribe, all that. That is another fellow YouTuber who goes by the name Land Surfin'. Really incredible edits on his part. Like I've said this before, but like I wish I could edit videos as cool as he does. He gets it synced up to music so well. He cuts the clips so well. I really enjoy watching his videos. Doesn't post as much as I would like. So if you're listening to this, hey, post some more videos, man. They're killer. But yeah, one of the few people in Chicago that's still rocking the electric skateboard. So many people have gone to EUCs. But here is the Lincoln Park Zoo that I was just telling you about. It is such a cool place. It is actually a free zoo, right? It is completely free. You don't need tickets, you don't need reservations, you just walk in. And I'm gonna try to name all the animals I remember, but they've got several different monkeys. You got gorillas, you got lions, we got no giraffe, but we got rhinos, we got a black bear. The black bear is my favorite. There's a polar bear. There's about 300 flamingos. There's a reptile house, hella snakes, hella turtles, hella reptiles. What else? There's like Arctic seals over there. There's gray seals. There's a Canadian lynx, right? How cool is that? Like I know you guys, we ride a lynx, but they have a lynx over there at the zoo, and that's such a beautiful cat. Ooh, dude, there's a bald eagle, right? Man, if you've never seen a bald eagle in real life, that shit is the epitome of America, dog. That shit has no natural predators. It's American as fuck. I see exactly why our forefathers decided to choose the bald eagle as our country's mascot, because it is impressive. What a beast. I really like watching the bald eagle. It doesn't really do much. It might chase a rat every now and then. But yeah. All right, guys, so we're here doing a group photo at the lagoon. I will be right back following our group photo. Hey guys, so we just got back from that group photo, which is probably gonna be the thumbnail of the video if it looks good enough. But yeah, we're headed downtown. We're headed to West Loop on the west side of Chicago. We're going to a place that's called Time Out Market. I'm not sure if you've ever been to one of those eateries that is like a cafeteria style, where they have all sorts of various types of different food options to choose from. But that's exactly what Time Out Market is. And I gotta say, we are dressed to impress. I got my suit, I got my tie. It's flying all over the place, flying through the wind. But man, we're having a great time. I wish you guys were here. If you have a city that you ride with, you guys need to do a formal ride and attend the board meeting. All right, look at this piece of gear. You got formal, wait for it, ride, formal ride. That's exactly what we're on today, is a formal ride. Life is good. Summer's going off to a great start. I hope you guys are enjoying yourself and enjoying the city you live in. Okay, time for EUC news. EUC news. I didn't want to talk about this up front because I had some other things to cover, but I guess I'll throw it into the end of this video, so it's still timely information for you. But LeaperKim has just released a brand new wheel, brand new LeaperKim wheel. It is known as the LeaperKim Oryx, O-R-Y-X. And we thought this was going to be the Abrams S, but they've gone with a different name, a different battery configuration, a different voltage, and some other new specs on the wheel. So the wheel is 176 volts, LeaperKim's first exploration into a higher voltage than 151. The battery is 4,700 watt hours. The wheel is 22 inches. The board has 48 MOSFET. And for me, it's got some decent specs. I don't know if I already mentioned, but the tire is 22 inches. So the wheel's got some decent specs, but the killer for me is the weight. This wheel is gonna weigh in at, I think they said 127 pounds, was it? Might be a little off, a few pounds off with that estimate, but I think that's what they said, 127 pounds. And, you know, after owning the Sherman L for almost a year and then selling it a couple weeks back, a month ago or so, I don't want any wheel that is 127 pounds. Combined with the 22-inch wheel, this wheel is going to be literally enormous, like so big that I don't even want to think about taking it up my stairs to my apartment to do a tire change. As you can imagine, not the biggest fan of LeaperKim wheels, and I don't plan on getting the LeaperKim Oryx myself. I may test ride it here in the city, but have no plans of buying one myself. I think a wheel like that is just too large, too heavy, and not in line with my preferred riding style. I used to own the very first edition of the Abrams, so I know exactly what a 22-inch wheel feels like. And they're great for carving and great for seated riding, but not my preferred wheel size. I really think 20 inches is the actual sweet spot for an electric unicycle. Although I'm proud of LeaperKim for finally upping the voltage and finally coming out with a stronger motor than the 3,200 watt hours that come, or 3,200 watt motor that comes on the LeaperKim and the L, I don't think that this is a wheel for me. I'm not going to be getting it. It's not the wheel for me. It's not what I like most about a wheel. I am curious to hear your opinions. Like, what do you think about the LeaperKim Oryx? Do you think it's going to be the beast? Do you think it's going to be a really high selling wheel? Because I personally don't think it will be. I mean, this wheel is $5,000 on eWheels. And if you put in your shipping information, you get an added $500 of tax. That is a $5,500 electric unicycle. And I really think that's insane. There's brand new unused motorcycles that you can get for $5,500. Think about all the things that you could buy for $5,500 instead of the LeaperKim Oryx, right? And I know there'll be discount sellers they'll be selling it a little bit cheaper, but that is just crazy to me, right? And one of the main reasons why I personally would not consider this wheel. I felt bad paying $4,500 for my Sherman L, but no, add $1,000 on top of that. $5,500. I just want that to sink in real quick. $5,500 for the LeaperKim Oryx. Here we are, downtown Chicago on Michigan Ave and Polo, and we on some woo shit. R.I.P. Pop Smoke. But no, here on Michigan Ave, approaching the heart of the city, showing these good people what fellow PEV board members look like. We run the streets, we make the regulations, we are in charge, and you can tell from my beautiful suit. I gotta say, we did pick a really hot day to do this. I'm low-key sweating, I hope you can't tell, but either way, we're having a fun time. The views are incredible. If you didn't get to ride with us during groundings, live vicariously through me in this video as we cross over the bridge, cross the Chicago River. and see the beautiful skyline. All right, here we go. Take it all in, good people. This is the Chicago PEV formal group ride. We're in the heart of the city, just about at sunset. Take a look at the view. Life is good. I hope you're happy. I hope you're positive. Hope you're having a good day, just like I am today, because I'm feeling alive and well on this Tuesday afternoon. Downtown Chicago, suit and tie, Bagode X-Way. Look at this view. Sunrise or sunset, reflecting off the buildings. Tons of people out, riding downtown. What's not to love about this city? I talked about some reasons why I think Chicago PEV is the best group in the nation when it comes to PEV group rides. But on top of that, our city itself is built for PEV riding. Tons of flat streets, so much room to go fast, cops that don't care, tons of trails, tons of parks, tons of sights and scenes and historic areas to visit. Like what do you have, what is not good about Chicago, right? What do you not love? Nothing. It's all great. Except the winter. The winter sucks. All right, check out this view, guys. So we're slowly but surely making our way to West Loop at Timeout Market. But before that, we're gonna stop and get one more scenic photo. And I just wanna show you this real quick. So look at this, Chicago River action, right? Got Merchandise Mart over there. Got a bunch of really cool buildings. You got boats, you got kayakers, and then you got us, Trust to the T. What a great city that we live in. Alrighty guys, slowly but surely we have made our way over to Timeout Market here on the west side of the city in West Loop. I hope you have enjoyed our annual formal ride, right? If you live in a city where you regularly go to group rides, encourage them to do fun special edition rides, something like what we do, where we have a formal group ride, we have bonfire rides, we have all sorts of different scavenger hunt rides, and it's a great time, right? Really huge shout out to Chicago PEV for sponsoring so many wonderful events for us to enjoy. They really help build the sense of community that we have here in the city and really help unite us as friends, as PEV brethren. And I'm so thankful that we have a group as good as this that helps sponsors group rides for some of the reasons I talked about in this video today. So thanks for tuning in to this episode of the PEV Point of View. I hope you enjoyed the Chicago annual PEV board meeting, formal ride. Take care, stay safe out there on the streets.